The 1988 Winfield Cup is underway, and Ricky Walford picks it up for St George.
Out they go wide. St George. Gill, the little kick. Well, Beattie was claiming as though there was some interference there, but in fact McCallum was turning around and saying you were in front of the kicker. So from their own quarter line they were trying to attack. 40 goals for this man in 1987. His first attempt in 88. And he's got it. So the first goal at the Sydney Football Stadium goes into the record books for David Smith. East 2, St George 0. Be gentle. Gill. Up it goes. Anybody's ball. Brian Johnston comes up with it. And Brian Johnston will crush for the try from St George. Well, they all looked around. Nobody wanted the football. It came into the hands of Brian Johnston. The defence held off. And it was all too easy.
Yeah, the State Bank replay shows clearly the way this try came. Up goes the kick. It's a well-weighted kick. It's gone high enough for the players to get underneath on the charge. They've gone up. Johnson gets it on the rebound. It came back to him from one of his own players. He surges straight ahead, and he's a very tough man to pull down close to the line. And from another angle, we'll watch it again as the players run towards us. Up goes the kick very, very high, allowing everyone time to come through and get onside. Watch it hit a St George player. Number 5, Walford, was the player there, or Gill it was, number 6. And he gets it on the ricochet to Johnson, and Johnson's in for a good try.
He's paying the penalty for being tentative and not going to attack that bomb. Walford, 1 out of 1 for him. So St George 6, Eastern Suburbs 2.
12 metres out from the Saints line. They want to quick play the ball. They haven't got it. Marshall making about 2 metres, and East come up with a penalty. Wynn comes up with the ball, and obviously the referee, Mr McCallum, had called for the ball to be played. Well, the State Bank replay shows the St George player there coming up with the ball, and it's obviously the intention of the referee was that it was stolen. Smith from right in front, and making no mistake, St George still cling to the leader, 6 points to 4.
So there really has been problems communication-wise for the Roosters. We see St George come back now. Johnston, he's still going. Well, he just ran out of support. He had support back on the inside.
Caught by Mackay. Great tackle.
Well, here's a sin bin. Jason Williams. Johnston was trying to get to his feet quickly. St George had the advantage. And Greg McCallum said 5 minutes in the bin.
Here's the State Bank replay. Johnson, as I said, should be in the centre. He got caught with a magnificent tackle from behind by John Mackay. And then Williams held him down. He got up and pushed him away.
Johnston again involved. Stands and unloads easily. Tackles falling off him. Marshall. Trevor Bailey, I should say, going straight for the goal line. St George well and truly on a roll now. Gill, gentle. Well and grabbed beautifully by Beattie and Graham Wynn. They had to score. They had to score, St George. They had the numbers out wide. And the Saints fans celebrate at the new Sydney Football Stadium.
State Bank replay. When the Saints go marching in, do they march? Look at this chain passing along the line. They were going to score all the time so long as nobody dropped the ball. It was just magnificent. Out it went after that great run from Marshall. Out quickly along the line. And there's Wynn coming up with the ball now. Throws the dummy. 2 defenders have gone past. And he's in for the first try. Again from ground level. Out she sweeps. It's a very ordinary sort of move. It's something that St George have been doing in the past. In their good years, they looked great when they'd made a break and then they would spin it out quickly. Billy Anderson, nice look good from you where you are.
Yes, it did. It was a great try, but I think that amplifies the impact that the loss of Milrose is going to have on this game. Not only is they're going to lose his kicking, which is very important to them, but I think the Eastern Suburbs back line looks very skinny without his defence.
They certainly do. 11 goals in 87 for Ricky Walford. Well, he's hit the upright. Looked good, but he's hit the upright. So St George 10, East 4.
Marshall dummy half. Here's Mackay. Out of one.
Running strongly. He's played well tonight so far, John Mackay. One of the veterans in the Eastern Suburbs side. Penalty has gone to East, another one. And sin bin.
5 minutes for Seamus O'Connell.
Seamus O'Connell, 5 minutes in the sin bin.
State Bank replay clearly shows Seamus getting the big hand right in the middle of the chest of Mackay and holding him down. No doubt about it. Has to go.
And he's hit it particularly well. It's a very good kick right between the posts. So it's now St George 10 leading Eastern Suburbs 6.
Back it goes now. Graham Wynn, right up the middle, looking for support. He has it on the inside, but there was plenty of defence there. Selby was on the inside. He was wrapped up by Bridge. Gill back into Johnston. Breaking tackles Brian Johnston. That it goes to Beattie. He keeps it alive. Moore can't control it. Well, St George putting it together there. We have a touch judge in. Greg McCallum has called a halt to the play. I would think that the touch judge, this would have to go St George's way if he's going to call a halt. They had lost possession, so this could be for a player being interfered with in back play, trying to support Graham Wynn. He had support outside and inside. He chose Selby. The man being called up is Hugh McGann. Maybe a safer bet here was Ricky Walford. Certainly is. So that lead for St George now stretched. The Saints 12, as we hear the siren, Eastern Suburbs 6.
A bit of misunderstanding in the early part of the second half as O'Connell found good support. Running away to the corner line is Fraser. Fraser is caught though in a good tackle by Worth. As Saints turn on the pressure. Out to Selby, on to Gill. Gill looking back inside. No one there. Last tackle now for the Saints. Walford to dummy half. The little kick through. Mistake. Try to Graham Wynn for St George. Awful mistake from Eastern Suburbs. Just awful, and the toothy grin of Graham Wynn says it all.
The State Bank replay. Beattie was the man that decided to put the kick through. The bodies of two Eastern Suburbs players. Worth was there. There was just no action taken by the defending side that was going to stop that try being scored. There was the mishandle, and straight over went Wynn. Beattie's kick was a beautifully judged little kick. Little toe punt along the ground. Gilmeister was the man that made the meal of it. Worth didn't attempt it, and our man Wynn was there. And he's having a bit to say at the moment too about let's get stuck in.
Now Walford's conversion attempt is there. Wow. 18 points to 6, St George lead East. Are we heading for a boil over? Eastern Suburbs desperately need to get back into this game. Trailing by 12 points. Play situated about 30 metres out. Here's a penalty to East. This will help. Against Bailey. Not allowing the tackle play to get up. Craig Salvatore doing some stretching and warming up on the sideline. Smith, vital kick for East. Those are points vital for them at this stage. Makes no mistake, hits it particularly well. So East narrow the gap a little. It's 18 points to 8. St George over East.
Always looking to try and crib that yardage from the dummy half position. Gentle. Gill. Good ball to Moore. Equally good pass. There's support back on the inside. Beattie trying to find it now. Walford. Well, I thought the pass might have been a touch forward. Great try though for St George. There was plenty of players in support. It was a line ball and McCallum was right on the spot. And this game getting way away from Eastern Suburbs now.
State Bank replay will clear up the forward pass if there was one. There's the good intrusion coming from Moore, the fullback, who chimed in to make the extra man. He gets the pass onto Beattie. Beattie goes well. He gets a pass away, which looked fairly marginal. We can't tell from that angle. And onto Walford, and Walford's in for the try. That was a first-class bit of football. Good sweeping passes. There's the way that he created the opening by doing a little bit of a jig with the ball and going a few yards then before giving it. Out to Beattie. Beattie props, goes back on the inside, gets a pass. It did look fractionally forward, but the referee was directly in line with it. So Walford scores the try underneath the post. Now this one might be the answer. That's Moore getting put into a gap there beautifully by Gill. Now there's Beattie striding away nicely. Watch for the pass. Well, it was a line ball evidently. The referee didn't at any time see it as a forward pass. So we've got to say that it was clear.
And no problem for Ricky Walford. Successful with that conversion from right in front. So St George racing away, 24, Eastern Suburbs 8. And the last tackle, McGahn takes the option again of a bomb. Moore doesn't handle it, it's a try for East. Well, that's shades of going back to the Belmore Sports Ground a few weeks ago for Clinton Moore. There should have been some more support for him, but he just fumbled what looked to be an easy bomb, and Steve Morris, the man on the spot.
Yeah, this was disgraceful really for a first-grade footballer. Forget his youth or however old he is, he's jumped in the air, rather like a prima donna, and spilt the ball completely. Didn't attempt to put the shoulder into the opposition, turn his body side on, or even take it over the top of his shoulder. Didn't attempt anything like that, and his hands still stay down around his waist. He's got to have his hands above his shoulders. Now, we've told him that once on this program, when he put on a dreadful black in another game. He has to listen eventually.
Maybe some hope for East. No problems. St George 24, Eastern Suburbs 14. Craig Young. Got his arms free. Finds Trevor Bailey. On it goes to Walford. Fraser. Wynn looking for another try. Just short and pushed over. Good cover defence from Gary Worth. It was certainly called for. They kept that ball alive, St George. Short passes and a man always there to pick it up.
Beautiful stuff on the State Bank replay as we see the play swivelling round to the blind side. Wynn went very, very close to getting in there. You can see the corner post.
John Mackay. Plenty of work for no result for him tonight. Brendan Hall. Over halfway. Can't get that ball in field. He had Gary Bridge. Well, there's the siren. A great start to the Winfield Cup in 1988 for St George. The new Sydney Football Stadium. And Eastern Suburbs, I would think no doubt favourites for tonight's game. They've come up on the losing end and an upset to get us underway this season.
Well, there it is. St George 24, Eastern Suburbs 14 in a major boil over. Johnston, Wynn 2 tries, Walford a try, Walford 4 goals, Morris a try for Eastern Suburbs. Truthfully, it came very late in the game. Smith 5 goals. That's been a good performance.